All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here for a Saturday live stream. That's right, this summer we are doing Saturday lives as well. And it doesn't hurt that crypto had a great week. So we'll celebrate the good week, even though a little bit of a pullback today. We'll be looking at support levels in the stream today. Support levels with, of course, a little taste of still where things can go in this overall bull cycle. So we got a lot of coins to look at today. So I will drop down here into the corner and we start with Doge. And if you saw my video this morning, 19-cent support. That's it for Doge, 19-cent support. Ali said so too. And if you wanted to see the Ali chart on that, you can check out my video this morning where I called that out. But 19 cents, that's support. So Doge holding well above 19 cents. Bitcoin above 116.9. That's right, 116.9 is support for Bitcoin. And we'll be watching, make sure that stays. ETH 2900 is support. Haven't hit it yet. Cardano is 69 cents support. Hedera also 19 cents support. Hedera zoomed past Dogecoin, but now is falling back just a little bit below. And then, well, what do we have? Bonk. Let's talk about Bonk. No, I did not take profits on Bonk. Vinci, good run on Bonk. I don't think it's done yet. So this is where I bought yesterday. Bought a little too soon. My instinct was right, but I bought a little too soon on that dip as it dipped a little bit lower late last night. And Bonk is still running. Bonk is still running, Ramon. Bonk is still running. I'm not done with Bonk yet. So, and I will put back in Doge. I know, Ramon, but Bonk is still running. I'm not done with Bonk yet. So, and Christoph is making money on Bonk too. Exactly. So, if you were here yesterday, I called Bonk. And look at today. Bonk is like the only one that's really up big today is Bonk. So, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, Ether Black. The goal is more Dogecoin. That is my plan, is to roll that back into Doge. But we'll see. No, Chris or Ramon, see, because I bought Bonk a little before the dip, I'm not going to sell it too soon. I bought it too soon. I'm not going to sell it too soon. So Bonk is now at 26. So we'll be watching Bonk. We'll be watching Bonk. Yes, Bonk, Ramon. Very lucky. No, Ramon. I told you why I bought Bonk. It's the whole Solana pump.fun pump thing, right? People were selling Bonk to get ready for the ICO. And then once that ICO happened, guess what? They all started buying Bonk back. I saw it coming. Yes, a perfect scenario I walked into. And you know, Ramon, it was all because I screwed up the Dogecoin swing trade that made me start looking around. And someone in the chat said, well, you don't have to buy Dogecoin. You can buy something else. And I was like, ooh. Maybe. And then that whole Bonk thing came up. So I'll take it. So as we look on the top 100 coins and we see what's up the most, it's Bonk by a lot. So it's Bonk day today. And I'm making profits on Bonk. Not ready to roll it into Doge yet. So we will see. We will see. Yeah, very volatile today. This is where all the trading was. This is where all the trading was. It was in Bonk today. It wasn't in anything else. Doge was like flat. Volume-wise, not much happening. And Bitcoin dead, pretty much dead today. So yeah, there was Bonk. There was Bonk. However, we start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Vivek says, look, there's $2 billion worth of Bitcoin shorts to be liquidated up to a price of $130,000. So $2 billion of shorts. And obviously, the more Bitcoin goes up, the more shorts will be traded because Bitcoin will go up to 120. They'll knock out all these shorts. And then more shorts will show up. And if Bitcoin keeps going up, it'll take out all those shorts too. We could have a $3 to $4 billion short squeeze in Bitcoin next week. So Miriam, yes, I think Bonk will go higher, which is why I didn't sell. I have not sold. See, this is the problem, right? You sell too soon, you miss out. If you hold too long, you might miss out on the peak. It's all good, though. It's all good. But Bitcoin, this is all setting up for next week. And I know it's Saturday still. We got Sunday, the Sunday live stream tomorrow to talk about what's going to happen next week. But I saw this chart and I was like, I needed to share it because the big short squeeze could continue on Bitcoin next week. AO says, look, we've been here before. If we look at the stochastic RSI at this very level, it's still low. The stochastic RSI on Bitcoin on the weekly is still low. We have not had that top off yet. We haven't had that top off like we had in 2021, like we had in 2017. It has not happened yet. This is why I'm still bullish on this bull cycle, because we haven't had the big top off run yet, which I think is coming in the fall, as I've been saying over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then people say, oh, why do you think the fall? Everything points to the fall being a blow off top across the board in crypto for so many reasons. So that's coming. That is coming. And where is the price going to go? Well, Ash Crypto says, hey, how about $200,000? Yes, $200,000 target. As Alva, the AI app, says, $200,000 is not a moonshot fantasy. Current data puts it firmly in play if momentum holds. Institutional accumulation is relentless. The ETF net inflows are surging. Whale selling remains light even after the new all-time high. Bitcoin. So that's why I think we're not going to see a true complete alt season, is because Bitcoin is just going to be continuing to pound away, going up, and with that, all of crypto is going to go up too. We could see Bitcoin dominance go down into the 50s, and I think that's as low as it goes. I think that's as low as it goes. So, meanwhile, for Doge, Doge Tipping says, of course, I still love Doge. Even though we're on the Bonk train today, I still love Doge. And so I just want to make it clear, right? I'm not all in on Bonk. I've got a big trade going on Bonk. And Bonk is doing very well today. But it's all to accumulate more Doge. That's where it will end up. It will all rotate back into Doge. Ali says Solana is retesting its breakout zone, potentially gearing up for a move towards 185. And so on Solana, 157 is support down here. 157 for support on Solana. And then the reason I talk about Solana is because Bonk is a meme token built on Solana. And if Solana takes off, guess what will also go up more? Bonk and with, but Bonk. This is about Bonk now. So that's why I'm looking at Solana. 157 support. Bounce off that. Solana goes higher. That's why I'm not ready to take my profits on Bonk yet. Not ready yet. Crypto Jack is like, look, Bonk. Sitting on profit, but what do? Bonk has finally broken out of the long downtrend, and there could be another strong bullish move to follow with Bonk. Meanwhile, Dogecoin still eyes a parabolic rally with its own megaphone pattern, and I don't know, the whole megaphone thing it's just kind of this big wide set of lines. Doesn't mean anything because it's just, I mean, it can go down as well. Doesn't really matter. I can't tell you when to sell, Miriam. You've got to make that decision yourself. I have been known to hold too long. I did it with Peak. I did it with Nora. I could be doing it with Bonk too. You've got to decide for yourself when you want to take profits. And always, it doesn't always have to be all or nothing. If you've got a billion Bonk tokens, you don't have to sell a billion Bonk tokens. You could sell 500 million, book that profit, and let the other 500 million ride and see what happens. You can always do that. All right? So keep that in mind. Meanwhile, we're looking at the Doge Bitcoin trading pair still, and the Doge Bitcoin trading pair is seeing momentum here on the MACD. So this is what I was saying. Remember back in June, I was like, we're at the bottom of the Doge Bitcoin trading pair. And if you want to buy Bitcoin, I said, don't buy Bitcoin, buy Doge, and then flip it into Bitcoin, and you're probably going to end up with twice as much Bitcoin. If my theory plays out, you'll end up with twice as much Bitcoin as if you had bought compared to what you would have had if you had bought Bitcoin in June. So that is still playing out. We have a crossover on the MACD. So the Doge BTC trading pair is looking very strong. And then our good friend Elizabeth Warren, well, guess what she said 4 years ago? Not my senator. I did not vote for her. Yes, I'm in Massachusetts. She represents Massachusetts. I don't like her. Not my senator. Eventually, she's going to get too old to serve, and she's just going to age out. I'm just waiting for that day to come. But she once warned 4 years ago that Dogecoin is for speculators and fly-by-night investors. She was warning that Dogecoin is not for regular people who are looking for a stable source of value to get paid in and to use for day-to-day spending. And I'm like, yet. Yet. But it will. But it will. See, Elizabeth Warren, she's in bed with all the banks, right? And she doesn't get Dogecoin. She doesn't get it. She thinks she's looking out for her constituents. But if I had listened to her, I wouldn't be sitting where I am today. So, yes, exactly. F her, sunshine. Exactly. F her. Crypto Ace. You weren't here yesterday about Dogecoin supply. We went in very detailed analysis about 4 years ago, how many Dogecoins were there and how many new Dogecoins have been made over the last 4 years. And XRP has inflated more. Solana has inflated even more than that. And Algorand almost 3 times as many in supply. So Crypto Ace, do your research, get it right, so you understand before making a stupid ass comment like that. I don't have time for that today. I don't have time for that today. And then finally, for those who have been wondering about my shop, there is a 15% sale. 15% sale for orders of at least $65 in my shop. So if you're interested in some Doge merch for the summer, or maybe you've got a new baby in the family, you got to get a onesie, right? What's better than a Doge onesie, right? The cool Doge black onesie, awesome. Got to get that. Got to get that. Pick up some merch, link in the description below, and you can get yourself some fancy, cool Dogecoin merchandise. So check that out at the Doge merch store. Link in the description below. No, you just haven't been paying attention, Crypto Ace. You just come in here, I don't know who you are, and you say something stupid that we've covered 1,000,000 times on this channel. So I'm just a little tired of it. That's all. Unlimited supply. I mean, why do you even post that? What do you care? If you don't like it, don't buy Dogecoin. Okay? Did you buy Dogecoin? Did you know what you bought? Jeez. No Doge bikinis, Danny. There's no bikinis in the merch store. They don't offer bikinis. They don't offer bikinis. There's some tank tops, though. You can get a nice tank top so she can wear that over her bikini, Danny. Wouldn't that be cool? To slip on over the bikini would be that Dogecoin tank. So look at that. Check that out. Dogecoin's at 19.6. How do we feel about that? I mean, we zoom out and we're like, yeah, Dogecoin's had a great week. And now it's just kind of, it's settling here, I guess, in the mid-19s. It's just settling. So. Who is Joe Rogan destroying? I just got to go back to Bonk. It's holding at 26. Bonk's holding at 26 right now. So I'm keeping my trade open. Maybe I'll hold it too long. I don't know. But I'm keeping it. Nobody takes Warren seriously. Well, the Democrats do. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, the Massachusetts just keeps voting her in. Poor John Deaton, he didn't have a chance. But at least he brought up some good points, but didn't have a chance of winning. You're happy where Doge is, Sunshine? What does the heat map look like? Let's take a look. Let's see where our heat map is today. KNC. What is KNC? That seems to be a big one right now that's moving. KNC. I don't even know what this is. But big run from early this morning or late last night. Kind of doubled in price. Let's see, over the past 12 hours. Yeah, not much on Bitcoin. Dogecoin, $8 million happening. We got MOG coming down. Yeah, we were going to check MOG, weren't we? That was on my cover. I was like, because MOG had gone on a big run, but it seems to be pulling back a bit. Yeah, I don't know where support is on MOG. Could say 155. We'll just clip that on MOG. All right. Heat maps. With Bitcoin going a bit sideways, is probably a lot above, a lot of below. Yep. It is just building up. That's what it looks like. RR. A lot of shorts and a lot of longs just building up here. Kind of have the feeling it's going to take out the longs here on the weekend. We could go down to 116 and take all of this out. Millions of dollars. That's what it looks like. Even in 1,000 years, adjusted for inflation, Doge will outperform the current U.S. debt. Exactly. Exactly. Elon and his new America party, I don't think it's going to do much. I really don't. Third parties just don't make any headway in the United States. So Doge still trying to recover from the fall. I mean, you could look at it that way. I mean, it was kind of a big run. Alexander, thank you on the Bonk call. I don't hold any more Pepe. I closed out my last Pepe swing trade a while ago. Was in profit on 2 separate swing trades that I did over the past 9 months, let's say. And both were profitable. But Bernie Sanders, that's who Rogan was. Yeah. Healthcare for all. And who pays for that? Us taxpayers? No. I don't want to pay for everybody else's healthcare. I'm sorry. I'm paying for my healthcare, right? So those people should pay for their healthcare. So, hey, Christian, what's the selling target? I don't have a selling target for Bonk. Right now, it's a see how it goes kind of thing. It's a see how it goes kind of thing. We've had 2 big runs. Will we have a third? I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. It's up 15% today. So, waiting. Hey, Eric. Welcome. Yeah, during a Sunday, that's why Bitcoin may drift lower, take out some of those long leverage. That's why you're holding off. Expect the pullback to go slightly deeper, then grab more Doge. I mean, I suppose I could sell the Bonk and then as Doge pulls back, buy it lower. I'll just wait. I know Boston's a lost cause. I live here and I know. Mayor Wu, Governor Maura Healey, with Elizabeth Warren and Ed Markey. I mean, they're all liberal left, and I don't believe any of them. But here I am, right in the middle of blue land. Doge buying time this weekend is looking likely. Yeah. I'm not done with Bonk yet, though. Not done with Bonk. Bitcoin, yeah. If Bitcoin breaks below 116.9, it's going to take out huge leverage below that. Millions and millions of dollars. So we will watch that. $700,000 Dogecoins will be worth $5 million in 10 years. You never know. But I would not bet against Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Dogecoin. Those are the big 3 in my book. Solana, XRP, you know. But Doge, ETH, and Bitcoin, in my mind. Christian, Bonk, nice, very nice. Supposed to say very nice on that last one. Nice, very nice. Will we dip in the 16s? Joseph asks. Last year, that first week of August, there was a huge dip. The year before, first week of August, there was a huge dip. So, I don't know. I mean, with so much buying of Bitcoin going on now, holding the whole market up, I wouldn't be waiting for 16. Ramon holding Pepe, Doge, XLM, and some Bit and ETH. Yep. It's going to be a great fall. That's what I'm waiting for. The big run in the fall. Hey, Campo, how are you? Welcome. So the big news right now is Bonk way up, 12% on the day. Well, outperforming everything else. We have some big losers. SPX. So someone was asking me about SPX, and I was like, I'm not buying SPX. I'm buying Bonk. Remember that from yesterday? I said, I don't even know what SPX is. I'm not buying it. I'm buying Bonk. SPX is down 10%. Bonk is up 12%. So I think I made the right choice there. Not luck, Ramon. Not luck. That was all skill there. That was skill. Doge will be at 25 cents before July is through. Yes. And that's what even Ali's chart showed that. Ali was looking at coming back to this 25-cent level here that we had back in May. So, yeah, 23 cents is the next resistance line, 23 cents. I should probably put that on here. I keep calling it out. I should actually put it on. We'll make it red and we'll call it 23. There. There's our next resistance line, 23 and then 25. But yes, this looks nice, nice, very nice. Yes, we're just waiting for that. The dip here to end. Next week, we'll see. Is Bitcoin going to continue on up, make a new all-time high, go in price discovery above $120,000 and on up? It could dip down to 116, take out that leverage longs, and then rip up and take out the shorts. That we could see. But this move last week, wow. That was awesome. Waiting on some rental money to load up. Well, there's a dip going on now, but the dip is 19s, not the 16s. Thank you, Kronos, for reminding everybody to like and subscribe. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Dance Doge. You see, TradingView only does that with Dogecoin. They don't have a little animation for any other crypto but Dogecoin. That's the love that TradingView gives to Doge. You don't get that at just anywhere. An AI cannot replace me, Victor. Cannot replace me. I am an original human being, cannot be replaced. We'll just keep our eyes on the bonk. And how it's doing. Red candles all around right now on the 4-hour. Zoom in on the 15-minute. Yeah. Bitcoin pulling back a little, so pulling everything down a little bit right now. Yeah, 25-cent Doge. We could be there. If you didn't see earlier on, I mean, this is all about the huge leverage trading on Bitcoin right now. Tons of long leverage trades that could get wiped out if Bitcoin goes down to 116. Billions of dollars. But there's also billions of dollars of shorts above. So I think they're both in play. So we'll be watching that. Hey, around town, you got some bonk last year? I had bonk last year and I sold it. I sold it at a great time. My bonk trade was epic last year. If you didn't see it, I sold. Where's the chart that shows the sale? I think it's on my other chart. I bought it at 13. I don't have the little red circle. Don't have the little red circle. But that's our target, is previous all-time high, 59. I'm looking at 40 right now as a lower end target here. So that would almost double from the current price, which doesn't seem too bad. We touched 40 as resistance in January, the sort of second run Bonk had. So yeah, 40. That's like the next resistance level. It's clear sailing right up to 40 for Bonk. And it's all good. We're just having a little pullback right now. Bitcoin's pulling down right now. Do you remember the good old times? You could buy Dogecoin at 16 cents. That wasn't too long ago, Max. Batman, that is a good goal to have. It is a good goal to have. Pay the house off. It's such a great feeling. It is such a great feeling. And it's not like I waste money, but it's like we decided, let's go out to eat tonight. Our eating out budget is much larger now than it used to be while I was hoarding everything. Now it's like, yeah, sure. Because there's no rent to pay. There's no mortgage to pay. Yeah, I got to pay the property tax. I got to pay the house insurance. Yeah, you'd have to pay that anyway. I'm talking about that chunk on top of that. Either the rent or the mortgage. It's nice not having that. We are going to be rocking and rolling. It's my honest hunch that August is going to be bullish. We will see. I mean, we can do a little sneak preview of previous Augusts. You know, August 1st, I will have my August price prediction video, but it's only July 12th right now. So let's take a look. August, red, 24, red, 23, red, 22, green, 2021, Mr. Ramon, green, 2021. Oh, wait, red, 2020, red, 2019, green, 2018, green, 2017. So 4-year cycles, dude. Green, August, 4-year cycles. Look at that. We are up 18% right now in Dogecoin in July. That's better than the 17% we had in 2023. Not as much as 2020, but 2020, that was the TikTokers. That was the TikTokers going crazy for Doge back in July 2020. And if you don't know what that was, here's a little taste.
We're gonna take Dogecoin to the moon.
That was from 2020. The TikTokers were trying to get everybody in TikTok to buy a little bit of Doge to get Dogecoin to go to the moon. Well, it didn't really work out that way, but the thought was there. The thought was there. Yeah, big pullback right now. Stupid Bitcoin. Why don't you stay up? I like all eyes on Doge better. Yeah, me too. Me too. What's up, Blake? How are you? I remember when one could get Doge at 4 cents. Yep. 4 cents. That was March 2021. You could have got 4 cent Dogecoin. Doge, 1944 for Doge. Still above support. Holding strong. ETH, 29.12. Still above support. Cardano, 69.71. Still above support. So we will watch all of these. H-bar, 1928. Still above support. Solana, way above its support still. So, yep, all good still. All good. Yeah, Ali's Solana, it's just a big rising wedge. The top of the wedge at 157 that Solana hit 3 times before finally breaking out last week on the 9th. Came back, retest, and move higher. That's a good pattern. Dogecoin is still the 8th largest cryptocurrency. 29.1 billion market cap. It was nice to see a 30 there. That was nice to see. We had a $30 billion, now to 29.1. Tron is down at 28.4. So still a gap there. And Bonk was actually moving up, now up to 43. His Bonk is over $2 billion now in market cap for Bonk. So it's just something I was keeping an eye on, was the market cap of Bonk. Not much else going on a Saturday, right? We would like to have Dogecoin integration with Tesla payments. We'd like to see Dogecoin integrated on X, SpaceX, Dogecoin to the moon again. What? Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen with Doge? Bonk, I know, right? Big bonk day today. We'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. I'm not ready to sell yet. Elon is distracted again, DJ. Right now, he's been concentrating on Grok 4 and getting Grok 4. I mean, the computing power that XAI has is amazing. How he built like so many huge computers to do all the training. So can't wait to use it. Can't wait to use it. Hey, Amir, how are you? Dogecoin to the moon. Grok 3 worked until it didn't, DJ. Grok 3 worked until it didn't. Was being too nice to the user, following along, and the user talked him into saying things that he shouldn't have said. So Elon was like, nope, we're not going to let that happen again. So we'll see Grok 4. I mean, the whole AI world is just getting crazy, isn't it? You just don't know what to believe anymore. Some of the little movie clips now just look so realistic. They're so good. What's being made with AI. I've made a couple AI songs, and I've done some fun things, sort of, just kind of basic AI, like from my picture to different videos that it does. So, I mean, listen to the words of this, and this is like AI. I just prompted AI to do a song about KrissPax and Dogecoin, and it comes up with this.
Kriss on the block where the lights don't stop, flipping coins like Doge till we hit the top. Crypto in my veins, got my heart on pop. Couch stack so fast, make a ticker drop. Doge to the moon, we don't need no breaks. Kriss with the moves like a dancing mix. Pocket full of dreams, no time for fakes. Crypto hustle, baby, till the whole world shakes. The blockchain buzzing like a street parade. Kriss stacking Doge like a boss self-made.
So, I mean, that song was AI with just a prompt about KrissPax and Dogecoin, and it made all of that, and it was just like, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And then I did a chill one, which was this one.
I'm rolling with Kriss on a wild new trip. Dogecoin in my pocket, watch it start to flick. Digital dreams, yeah, they rise and dip, but I'm cashing out fast like I'm moving quick. Kriss got the ride, Dogecoin on the rise, stacking up the wind, shooting for the skies. Crypto moves hot under neon lights, high energy flow, we ignite the night.
That is AI. The wonders of AI, right? What it can do is just like amazing. Just like, I was having fun with it. It was just like, yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, it was that's basically taking two different AI pieces. One was the video and the other was the music, and I merged them together, did an overlay to splice it together, and it was just like, that came out pretty cool. That came out pretty cool. But yeah, autotune, yeah, you're right. The autotune is, when it comes to like real performers, I want to hear their voices, not all that autotune stuff. So yeah, number 1 and 2 in the charts. The Dogecoin charts, exactly. Christoph's speech. It's hard to get you to be speechless, Christoph. That's hard to do. Profit and Tools like the tune. That was good. The in-sync moves. Yeah, Kriss has got the dance moves. Exactly. Hey, we got a green candle showing up here. Still could drift lower. I'm not convinced. Not convinced. Yeah, the Asian markets, it's about 3 hours before those, and the market makers flip over. Got about 3 hours to go before that. But yeah, the volume trading is really low. It's the weekend trading. We kind of thought that the price might drift down a little bit for the weekend. It's hard to keep up all that excitement we had, especially Thursday and Friday. So This was not unexpected. But it's not like totally retracing back down to 16 cents. Bitcoin is $117,000. So that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Holding well. You're having chicken again, Christoph? Chicken again? I think we're doing raviolis tonight. We're having raviolis. Nice salad, little wine. Nice Saturday night dinner. I think the raviolis are spinach and mushroom. I think that's what we have. So that'll be nice. That'll be nice. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. 2 days gone. Good day to you as well. How are you? Not selling Bitcoin? I'm not selling my Bitcoin. Not selling it. We're just going to let it ride. I swing trade and I'll sell other stuff, but I'll always have Bitcoin and Dogecoin in my portfolio. I will not sell that. Some Dogecoin I sell. That's my trading Doge. But the other I'm keeping long term, and I'm keeping Bitcoin long term. We'll see how it goes. Still don't know what's going to happen in 2026, bear market or not. I mean, the 4-year cycles have just been so strong in crypto that I'm not quite ready yet. Right. Never sell all your Dogecoins, ever. Exactly. You always got to keep some because you don't know what's going to happen. Fried cheese ravioli. I think I may have had that in a restaurant once. Something like that. But yeah, sounds good. RR, going to sleep. Cheers to you, my friend. $2 Doge, DJ Mad. So we looked at this the other day. We were looking at coin market cap. And we were looking at the market caps of different cryptos in the top 10. So Dogecoin, there's 150 billion Dogecoin. So if Dogecoin gets to $1, that's the easy math, right? Gets it to $150 billion market cap. That would put it at number 5. Behind Tether, behind XRP, behind ETH, behind Bitcoin. So it's like, that would be number 5. If Dogecoin goes to $1. That seems reasonable. But our friend asks, what about $2? What about $2? That would be $300 billion market cap. $300 billion market cap. That puts it at number 3, still behind ETH. That makes sense to me. Bitcoin, ETH, Doge, 1, 2, and 3. I mean, even Vitalik called that out, right? He was like, yeah, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. The big 3. So $2 is not out of the question. That's not craziness. That isn't craziness. It still wouldn't be more than ETH's market cap. And of course, if Dogecoin is going to run up to $2, you know ETH is going to go up. So ETH would be even higher. It's not going to just stand still. But it kind of makes sense, particularly if it's being used as a currency. like adoption is growing for Doge, that would be huge. So, but as I say, let's get to $1 first. But I was answering your question, and I was just like, $2, not out of the question. $3, again, hey, what's another dollar, right, DJAR? What's another dollar? Just, yeah. Let's just, you know, Doge is only at 19 cents now, but sure, $2, $3, what the hell, right? What the hell? Thinking 60 cents, DJ. You know, there is a narrative that says maybe that's as far as we go this year, but that would be no adoption, no other news, maybe the ETFs, and that helps it get to 60 cents, but no higher. That could happen. There is the possibility we do not meet the all-time high from 2021. That could happen. Amir, I think Elon Musk's support and the use of Doge interest rate cut. The interest rate cut is going to move the whole market. But Dogecoin use, the Dogecoin ETFs, and Elon, all of those factors, that could be huge for Dogecoin. That could be huge. If Doge is $1, XRP will be 5, Solana 600, Tether, they'll just keep minting more Tether, right? Who knows? Exactly. Who knows? But Doge has the ability to catapult like way, way more percentage-wise. We saw that happen in 2021. Yeah, if Musk applies Dogecoin onto X, absolutely, that's huge. And then, yes, my 2025 price prediction would hit if that happens. Remember, I had 2 price predictions, one with X integration and one without. Because I think that this year, it's less about the hype and it's more about the actual use. But we know it can still move on hype, but just not up to $1. You've been holding since 0.004. That's less than half a penny. 2020, you could have bought it there. Yep. We need to get to 45 to 55 cents in the next 2 months, and then the ETF can spike it. Yeah, I just don't see it doubling over the summer. I mean, that would take some huge news specifically for Dogecoin to get it to double like that. So, yeah, not ready. Not ready for that move quite yet. There's not going to be a soft fork in Dogecoin. There's not going to be a Dogecoin halving, Mr. Pump-A-Lot. Those are not in the cards. What is the support line for Bonk? Because Bonk moved so much today, little hard to see support. But let's take a look. Let's take a look. Yeah, I think support is still down here. 21. I mean, you could do a short-term support here based on that first pullback at about 23. Maybe there. Because there was such a big move today. I mean, that's where it was here on yesterday. It was support yesterday, and then that support got broken. That's where I bought in right there, 22.5. It did drift lower. But boom, this morning came back up over, retraced, hit it as support, classic move, hit it as support, and then moved higher. So yeah, 23, that is support for Bonk. And look at Bonk. Green candles coming back up. I don't think Bonk is done yet. That's why I didn't sell yet. I don't think it's done. So what did you do, DJ? Sacrificed to GPU mining. The mining bought me a god tier computer. So now you're mining with something bigger? Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to look at mining next month. Your hardware is an ASIC? Yeah, I'm going to take a look. $0.25 Dogecoin next week, Amir asks. Next week. I mean, that would be nice, right? This next move up. We get over 23. Again, that would be a Bitcoin move, probably over 120. So Bitcoin going to all-time high, new all-time high, going over 120. That would get Doge to 23 cents. So I think it's kind of going to be in steps here. I think it's going to be steps. So Amir, maybe 23 cents next week. If we see Bitcoin hit a new all-time high, go up to 120. Yeah, like a staircase. Exactly. There's not a huge individual catalyst for Dogecoin right now for the big God candle. But when that comes and the FOMO kicks in, then it's no longer a staircase. Then it's straight up. And Doge has traded like that before. So we have to be patient on that. Hey, Bibbles, you're sleeping, but you're here at the same time. Miners go up with the price of the coin. Yeah, that's why I was targeting August. I thought August was going to have lower prices, right? This was my thought. We lower prices in August, so I'd buy a miner in August. And instead, prices start going up instead. So, but I didn't have the money for a new miner. And I still don't today. I don't have the money for a miner right now. Again, I'm paying my taxes, my 2025 capital gains taxes. I'm prepaying quarterly, and I just made a huge payment in June. That could have been a miner. That could have been an L9. And instead, I sent it to the IRS because I'm paying taxes on my crypto gains quarterly per my instructions from my accountant. So, yeah. That would have been great just to get an L9. But yeah. 8,800 for an L9 right now. I know weren't they like 6 months ago? They were like 11 grand or 12 grand. Something crazy. I remember that. When you look into mining, let us know what hardware and software. Well, right now it's Antminer L9. That's what I'm looking at. And I'm probably going to do a co-host. I'm looking at like Terra Hosting once they get their new plant set up in Indiana, where they're going to have like 8 cents kilowatt hour, 8 cents, because I'm paying 13 here in Boston. I'm not going to be profitable mining Dogecoin here in Massachusetts at 13. So they say they're going to be able to get 8 with their new Indiana rig. And then for hosting that, they take a small percentage of what you mine. There's a setup fee, initial setup fee, and then they take a small percentage. And I'm like, I may just do that. So that's where I am right now with the mining thing. You took out a loan for our first house together. Make as much as you can. Yep, I get it. Right? When you're starting out, I got to a point where I was just done with the mortgage thing. No more loans. No more loans. The Volk D1 home is a great option. Yeah, I still pay those over 13-cent kilowatt hour. I think it's 13.4 right now in Boston. And it's just like, that is just way too much. Way too much. It'd be more profitable for me to have Terra Mining host my miner, paying 8 cents, and then giving them a small percentage of what I mine. That would be more affordable for me, or profitable for me to do that. I'd love to have the miner sitting here in the house, but you can't have an Antminer in the house. Those things are so loud. So maybe this thing, I don't know, the Volk D1, let me write that down. Because I haven't made a decision yet, but I'll write that down. Volk D1. Is that an ASIC Dogecoin miner? Volk D1 home miner. Volk D1 Dogecoin miner. See what it says. The Volk miner D1 is an ASIC miner designed for script algorithm-based cryptos like Dogecoin. Hash rate of 17 to 18.5. Power consumption 3,900 to 4,250. Miners equipped with 4 fans. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. I would have to know what kind of plug it needs. Does it need a special plug? In other words, can it operate on just a house power, or do you need to give it its own 75 dB noise level? Not really quiet. It runs on 120, does it? Huh. The Volk D1 miner, about $1,200. No, the Volk D1 Pro, $5,700. There's a big difference here. That looks like the one right there. BT miners. $1,200. They don't have any in stock. None in stock. Ah. Yeah. They give a bunch of, they've got a little calculator you can do right here. Put in your electricity rate, and you can calculate your payback. Interesting. I might look at that. I might take a look at that. BT miner site looks good. Well, we were thinking this summer would be the lowest price right now. And then if you want a miner now, otherwise you're waiting for at least another year. So Gold Shell Mini. I want one of those. I have 2 mini Doges. Yeah, we'll take a look at that. Hey, Byron, I was about to buy Bonk this morning, but instead you bought Fartcoin. What did Fartcoin do today? I know what Bonk did. Down 2%. It had a big dip this morning. Doge dipped this morning. But Bonk just went up. So sweet day of trading for Bonk today. And if Ramon is still in the chat, this is why I didn't sell Bonk yet. Back up to 26. Still room to run on Bonk. Not done yet. Not really worth it unless you set it up with solar. That's why I think I'm just going to do a hosting and just, I don't have to mess with it. All of the solar companies here in Massachusetts, they're all like these fly-by-night companies. They go door to door, and it's just like, there are so many people who bought solar and they've got some on their houses, and the company that supports them is gone. Just disappeared. It's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Sorry, I was outside today. I had to mow the lawn. It's not a big lawn. I live in the city. It's a small lawn, but still, hot, humid July day. It's like, ugh. But got to take care of my little plot of land. The Gold Shell Mini Doge 3. I don't know, but $8,800 for an L9 is looking good to me. And just let Terra Hosting manage it and just pocket the Doge. I may just do that. Yeah, we're just on a Saturday afternoon, just kind of chopping around. Just kind of chopping around on the afternoon today. Super low volume on Bitcoin. Nothing else really moving much. On the 1 hour, what's up? Form, Floki, and Pengu. What's down? Mog, Powell, and Fartcoin. Sorry about your fart coin, Byron. It'll come back. It always does. SPX is down big on the day. We were looking at that. We were looking at what's down on the day. After Memecore, it's SPX. But Memecore just went crazy to get into the top 100, 900% for the week. But it'll just crash back down. Yeah, SPX. Glad I didn't touch that. Cloud mining is a scam. Cliffhanger. Not real. Not touching it. It may technically not be a scam. I just call it that. I'm just not interested. What do you think the Bitcoin high and low of the week ahead? Yeah, the liquidations, we looked at the heat map. Look, the low is 116, the high is 120. So that's the trading zone. 116 down to take out all those leverage lows, and up to 120 to take out those shorts. This is there's a little lag here right above like 119.4. But that would be new all-time high. New all-time high up here to take out the shorts. So that's kind of the zone. Not any huge moves, but this week, if Bitcoin drops, takes out some of this long leverage, and then just starts getting bought up Monday, Tuesday by more ETFs and governments and everything, we could see $120,000 Bitcoin this week. You bought your fart coin at 1.2. So right here on the dip, 120. So up about 4% right now. Let's go, right? I want everybody to win. I want everybody to win. I mean, look at HBAR. Hedera has just been going nuts. Huge run the end of the week here on Hedera. It passed Dogecoin in price. So I was looking at that earlier in the week, just kind of watching it. I used to own a bunch of this. Sold for a profit, not buying back in. Yeah, let's go. We all win. My Bonk, your fart coin, all of our Doge. Let's go. Let's go. TradingView had some stories about cloud mining companies. Yeah, I just don't trust any of it. I don't trust any of it. You don't know anything about these companies. You don't know the people. You don't know. And they pay a lot of money to get these paid advertising stories done. Like those TradingView stories, those are all paid for. Those are not independent stories. That's all PR by these so-called cloud mining companies. And I've never even understood, like, what is cloud mining? What are you doing? You're using cloud computing to mine crypto? I don't get it. Don't get it. Might have to get in on Bonk, dead man. If you see a dip, right now it's at 0.00026. And there are rumors come the end of the month, there's going to be a new Solana phone And there could be some Bonk airdrops or other something else going on with Bonk with that. So that'll be very exciting. This was all on this pump.fun pump token ICO today. People were selling their Bonk last week, and they're just buying Bonk today after that ICO. That was at 10 o'clock this morning. We all win. Exactly. We all win. Abraham, Bitcoin down to 112 or 1. I mean, anything can happen, right? It's just like right now the target's 116. I just don't see that much selling going on in Bitcoin that's going to cause it to drop that far. As we saw, once Bitcoin got over 100K this time, it was like, yeah, we may never see sub $100,000 Bitcoin again. And particularly now that we've got Bitcoin, I mean, look at this, $117,000 Bitcoin on a slow Saturday. It's not dropping. $117,000. It's within, it's within $1,000 of its all-time high, which it could easily pass on Monday. So with that kind of support, I'm not seeing any huge dips. Not seeing. So now it's going to be little dips. Am I going to take profit on Bonk? Revo. I know, we've been talking about that. Ramon was trying to get me to sell my Bonk, and I'm like, not yet. I'm not done with it yet. Not done with it yet. So I may just kind of let it play out here the rest of July. Maybe I'm a fool for doing that, but Trump token, all-time high? Daniel, never. Never. What's Trump token now? $10? Back in the 9s? Yeah, 958. All-time high was $75. So yeah, that's not happening. Let me look at this chart. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Melania is even worse, but that's bad. Stupid Trump collectible. Hey, Justin Sun was buying a bunch of Trump tokens, though. Caused it to pump the other day. But in the big scheme of things, it's nothing. Nothing. Man, Doge going to pump. Up to 23 cents. Next target. 23-cent Doge. No, it was just a little pullback this morning, Akash. But Bitcoin isn't dropping. Bitcoin's at 117.5, just holding. So if Bitcoin drops below 116.9, this yellow line here, Bitcoin drops below 116.9, then I'll start getting concerned about a bigger dip. But we did target 116K at this level, just below 116.9 support, as this huge liquidation of leverage longs. Tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, all right here. So but right now it's just kind of chopping around. You want your money doubled? Yeah. So, I mean, I'd like to see Bonk go up to 40. And then I'll probably sell. Right now, I'm like, nah. Francisco, you're at 1 million Doge. I know you've been bearish. I didn't know you had 1 million Doge in your portfolio, though. You didn't take any profits on that last Doge run, huh? Up here, 21 cents. This chart doesn't look so bad. I mean, you can look at the head and shoulders pattern, right? If you believe in that kind of thing. I don't. I don't think that means anything. Like buying Doge now is like buying Bitcoin in 2017. Yeah, what part of 2017 though? The beginning, the summer, or the end? If you were buying Bitcoin at the end of 2017 when it hit $20,000, that was tough. But eventually it came around and it passed it. It just took 4 years. Here's what Grok says about cloud mining apps. Makes it sound good. Okay, well, there were too many so-called cloud mining scams over the past years that I just, no. You rode the wave down. You had 800,000 Doge and went to 45 cents. So you've been stacking ever since. Got it. Well, hey, there's a cat. Cat in the house. June, buddy. Hey, want to say hi? Want to say hi to the chat? Buddy? Nope. He's just doing his thing. Pax cat in the house. It's going to take a little nap up there on the chest. Okay. Hey, Sunshine, you're back. Yeah, so we're just watching this kind of bounce around right now. 19.6 on Doge, 117.6 on Bitcoin. It's all looking good. Bonk is just right up here at 26. Waiting for that next move. I'm not ready to sell it yet. I know there's big liquidations further down. I know it. But the market makers aren't going to be able to drop it that low. They're not, those they're just going to have to lose on those trades. So. DB, always the comedian in the chat. Always the comedian. Right now, what do we got? Some shorts going on. Hyper, ADA, Pepe. So it's good when you see red on this CoinGlass liquidation chart. That means shorts. Pengu, you want to see the red. That means prices are going up and shorts are getting liquidated. So that's good to see. Things are moving up. Dot. Who's shorting Polkadot? It's like Polkadot, really? I've got the pinger on, but we don't have any huge. Let's see if we've got any big ones recently. XLM had $192,000 short liquidated about 15 minutes ago. And a couple ETH shorts as well. Wow. Yeah, those weren't over 200 though, so it didn't ping. Didn't ping. Awesome. DB is just here for entertainment purposes. XLM decoupled from XRP. Yeah, I saw that. XLM. It's up 8% today. It's the second leader today after Bonk. It's XLM. Look at that on the daily. I would say yes, that is decoupling from XRP. Exactly. Up, up, up. XLM target 289. What? 289? No. It's 39 cents. It's not going to go to 289 in a few weeks. That's some crazy talk there. If somebody is feeding you that bull crap, that's exactly what it is. Bull crap. I mean, maybe 60 cents. That's what we saw last November. Its high in 2021 was 76 cents. It's not going to $2, dude. Not anytime soon. I'll put it that way. I won't say never, right? Because then someone 4 years from now is going, oh, Kriss, you said it would never go to $2. So, yeah, 4 years, right? Next bull cycle. In the next few weeks, it's not going to $2. Sorry. Of course it will, mark my words. 3 to 4 weeks. All right, man. We'll mark your words. XLM, over $2. No, I sold tons at 20 cents. $2. No. We'll play the song, Francisco, if we start seeing a little pump here. Okay. But right now, yeah, not happening. Not happening. Moon boy scenarios. $25 cut in September, $50 cut in October. Doge ETF, October. Elon starts fiat on X in September. Says he will start crypto in Q1 2026. Well, that's all pretty bullish, isn't it? I mean, that's all looking like Doge up at, 50 to 70 cents, which would be huge for Doge to get back to that level. That would be huge. Yeah, Amir, I don't think the interest rate meeting in 2 weeks is going to be a cut. I think they're going to keep it the same. Still uncertainty about tariffs and its cause on inflation. They won't have the data yet. It's all that crap again, because Trump is still doing new tariff letters to countries, and that uncertainty is enough for the Fed not to cut rates. So we can see what the current odds are for that. CME FedWatch tool. we'll see what they say here. 17 days till the next FOMC meeting. Yeah, 94% chance, no cut. 94%. So, yeah, I've always said September will be the next one, and right now September is 57%, 25 basis point, 3% of a 50 basis point. So altogether 60% on a rate cut September. So what does October look like? Yes, October's kind of keeping it the same. If it goes to 400 in September, it stays at 400, has the biggest percentage for October right now. But again, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're not there yet. For now, yeah, like a 95% chance, no cut. We got Bonk moving again. See, Ramon was trying to get me to sell my Bonk, and I'm like, nope. Bonk's still going up. Still going up. Now up 16% on the day. Bonk is not done yet. For those that just came in, I bought Bonk yesterday on this dip right here, right around noontime. Right when it dropped below 23, I was like, okay, I'm buying Bonk. Now, it did drop lower. That's life, right? That happens. And then overnight, it was trading down here around 22, but I got it 22.5. And yeah, so this whole move here, who's asking this? The news on Bonk. So this is all related to the pump.fun token, the pump token ICO is what this is related to. Okay. People were selling their Bonk. They were selling over the past day in preparation for this ICO because people wanted to buy the pump token. So they were selling Bonk. So everything else was going up yesterday, but Bonk was going down. So I said, if Bonk drops below 23, I'm going to buy on the dip. And it did. And today, Bonk is getting bought up. It's all up because of that. So that's what's going on with Bonk. So I called that yesterday and bought it. Someone was trying to get me to buy SPX, and I was just like, no, I'm not buying SPX. I'm buying Bonk. SPX is down 8%. Bonk is up 16%. So why is XLM pumping? I don't know, Pralish. I don't know. I don't follow XLM news. So I don't know. Well, this pump was yesterday. So this was all yesterday. Now it's gone sideways since then. It's not any higher than it was yesterday at this time. But I don't know. I don't follow XLM. We don't like the told you kind of thing, Con, but it's not a bear market. It's not going to remain in a bear market. We're still going to go higher. So, Con, good luck to you, Mr. Trader X or whatever you are, because that's not happening. So, But you do you, whatever. An airdrop made by Cardano. Let's see what we got. Cardano airdrop. Nothing recent on X about Cardano airdrop. There was this thing on July 8th. So that was like 4 days ago. It was distributing a night token to 37 million wallets across 8 chains. Night token. That looks like what that was, and that happened, midnight. That happened on July 8th. I don't really follow airdrops. I don't know what a night token is. I don't know. Mr. Operculum, how are you? 50-cent Doge. Well, that's where I think we're going to be in October. It's 50 cents. Just things being what they are. That's like October. Now, if there are additional catalysts, like Sunshine was asking up here, these scenarios, right? We get 25, 50 basis point cuts, Doge ETF approval, Elon starts fiat on X, says he will start crypto in Q1 next year, then we're over 50 cents if all that happens. That's what I think. But thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. I follow Vchain. I've never really gotten into Ondo Finance. I haven't really looked at it. Vchain is something that I bought first back in 2021. And it has just been, I don't know, it's like the crypto that could kind of thing. And it just keeps coming back to 2 cents. So it was 2 cents, ran up in 2021 up to over 20 cents, came back to 2 cents. Every time it pumps. 2024 early, came up to 5 cents, came back to 2 cents. Then November, December last year, right? 7 cents, came back to 2 cents. It's like the little train that could, it's like, can't make it up the hill. Just every time just keeps coming back to 2 cents. That's Vchain. So, I made a little money on Vchain last year. I bought it at 2.2 and I sold it at, what was my sell price? That would have been right here. Somewhere around 3.5 cents. So from 2 to 3.5 cents, about a 75% gain. I didn't sell it up here at 7 cents like I should have. But you never know. We wait for these things. XLM pre-running the market. Okay. XLM is going to lead all of crypto to the promised land. That is not realistic, but I get it. You're drinking the Kool-Aid, the XLM Kool-Aid. Demo in the house. Happy Doge Day. Talking yesterday about the 3 bills going through. Is it the vote or meeting? You're talking about Crypto Week? Yeah, here's my take on Crypto Week. Like I said yesterday, and I posted this on X today, the U.S. House is calling the upcoming week Crypto Week. Sounds to me it's more like stablecoin week. And the line, limit CBDCs, doesn't sound good. It should be ban CBDCs. This anti-CBDC act, they're now using the word limit. Limit, not ban. Meaning they're going to allow some CBDC. It's like, no. No. Yeah, the XLM Kool-Aid, exactly. I mean, do you see what this guy's predicting, Sunshine? Come on. That's the Kool-Aid. Oh. This is not 2021 again. It's not going to mirror it. Okay? Not going to mirror it. The 50-day moving average rising, ETF approval buzz, we could see push to 25 to 30 cents next week. Yeah, I'm targeting 23 to 25. 23 to 25. Cardano. Cardano. Yeah, XRP really isn't pumping much. XRP is just I mean, XRP did do a pump, yes, yesterday. And so XLM followed that. Maybe they're not really decoupled. This does look very similar to the XLM form. Maybe they're not decoupled. Maybe not. Now that I look at that chart, it's almost exactly what XLM did. Almost exactly the same. Yep. XLMs just went up a little bit higher, but they're almost exactly the same. So no, I don't think they're decoupled. This XLM is just moving a little bit more than XRP right now. One last question. Thanks for the super chat again, man. Appreciate it. I don't think Jerome Powell's leaving. First, I mean, eventually his term is up next year, next May. I think he's going to ride it out. All of this rumor stuff that happened, I think is just that. It won't help Doge. If Jerome Powell resigned, the markets would go down. Markets don't like uncertainty. Now, eventually Trump would replace him, already has some names, but the immediate reaction would be down, and there wouldn't be anything in that specific that would help Dogecoin. Eventually, crypto would turn around and go up like it normally does, but I don't think he's resigning. That's all just a bunch of people just piling on one rumor, and they're just all taking it from there. Somebody who posted, some Fannie Mac guy said something about Powell considering resigning, and it was just like, no. And then everybody jumped on that story. I wonder if I would still like grape Kool-Aid. I'll bet you would think it was too sweet, DB. The amount of sugar that they recommend you put in there, you would now think is too sweet. That's my guess on Kool-Aid. I regret not selling Doge and buying other meme coins. Well, it all depends on when, right, Astro? It depends on when. Dude, Yeah, and Doge was up 3x. So what's your point? That was a crazy time back last November. I remember it. But from here, but hey, you drink the Kool-Aid, you have fun with it. And I will mark your words in 3 to 4 weeks and prove to you XLM is not at $2. I won't even give you $2.85. I'll just say $2. Not happening. But hey, have a good day. I'm doing great, Aesthetic. How are you? Thank you, Josh. $2 Doge this cycle. Amir, you got to tell me what happens with Doge. Like Sunshine did earlier. Doge isn't going to $2 just on its own, just for the heck of it. That's not going to happen. But you tell me, is Doge going to be integrated on X? Is Elon going to be tweeting something about Doge? Is Tesla going to accept Doge as payment for cars? Is House of Doge going to create bigger retail partnerships for the use of Dogecoin? And also adding more Dogecoin to their strategic reserve. Is this Such Pay app they've been talking about going to be released? And we're going to see more retail integrations? Like if all of that's going to happen, plus the ETF, you got to tell me what's happening. Arbitrum. You know, these layer 2s on ETH, I thought they were dead, and then they made a big comeback. Like this big run here last week. I mean, that was big. Arbitrum went from 31 to 42. That's 35% gain here. That's pretty strong. And wasn't Robinhood using Arbitrum for something as well? I mean, that's big. But if we zoom out and we look at where Arbitrum was, this is where I sold it. I sold it at 60 cents. And I sold it for a loss. Because if you zoom out even more, back in January 2024, Arbitrum was over $2. I bought in on this dip here at $1.50. And I sold down here, 60 cents. That's like one of my worst losses right there. 60% down. Ouch. So I'm not an Arbitrum fan because of that. I don't like losing money. But yeah, I bought after this big run up over $2, and I thought, I'm going to buy on this dip. And then it just kept dipping more and more and more. That was 2024. Had a little run here in November, like everything else. And then just, so yeah. So where it is right now compared to where it was, that's not a good looking chart. So, I mean, in the short term, hey, yeah. 30, 40% gain, awesome. But it's so far down from where it was. I don't know. It seems to me like ETH is trying to, develop its code so that it doesn't need layer 2s, which gives Arbitrum not a long life. So there is that to think about. Optimism, Arbitrum. I'd put my money in ETH. Swing trade around 30. If Doge gets up there, taste buds do funny things, especially as you age. That sweetness. Ugh. We need a House of Doge partnership with Coca-Cola. That would be awesome. So far, they're doing what the brandy, the elite cars. This is like next thing they're going to do like cigars or something. It's going to It's like, no, we need big retail, not these niche little expensive markets. Can you imagine having a bunch of Coke cans around with the Doge logo on it? Exactly, right? Yeah, Francisco. But hey, 85 cents still is pretty good. That's not being a bear. 85 cents would be awesome. Everyone like the stream? Waiting for $6 Dogecoin, and Daniel? $6? $6? Updating the code is possible for Doge. There are developers who continue to tweak the Dogecoin code. It's basically adding features to it, like lib Dogecoin and the Giga wallet, allowing that to happen, like all of that stuff. Those are developers working on Dogecoin. Shorter, less violent bear super cycle, Bitcoin. Alts go higher. Yeah, that's all in play. Not the huge, like 300% run, but we did have just that back in November for Doge. And it could do it again, but not expecting it. You're happy with 69-cent Doge, Maxim? Yeah, from 19 cents to 69 cents, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good run. Might be a lot of heavy selling at 69. Ondo to $8. Yeah, I don't really follow Ondo. I don't even know what that means. It's at 87 cents. It's going to 10x. Dude, 10x. It got up to $2 in December. That's its all-time high. And you're like $8? You're drinking the Ondo Kool-Aid. Let's see if it get back to $2 first. Doge with dominoes would be a good one. I agree. How's Bonk looking? Yeah, it looks like it's again pulling back a little bit. But everything else is too. We just had those green candles on Bitcoin, now red. Same with ETH, red. So Doge red, so Bonk red. Doge Louis Vuitton. The Doge bags. I like that. Maybe House of Doge should work on that since they're doing all of this high-end stuff. Make it happen, House of Doge. Louis Vuitton. I've never heard of those, William. Happy Saturday to you. Demo and Kyber? I have no idea what those even are. I wouldn't know what to tell you. Demo and Kyber. Demo does trade on Coinbase. 6.9. Looks like it ran up to 8.5 just a little bit ago. Well, you must be in big profit on this thing. Look at that. When did you buy this? It's kind of going crazy now. Looks like this is coming down hard, though. If you want to sell this, 69 is, or 6.9 is 6.9. If you didn't take your profit up here at 8 cents, I don't know if this is going to go for another thing or not, just looking at the chart, but I mean, that has profit taking written all over it on that kind of move. Cool that you're in it. Yeah, but now what do you do, right? This just looks like to me it's going to fade down for quite a bit more. And could bounce around again in this zone here. What was your other one? Kyber. Kyber Network, also on Coinbase. It went on a run at midnight to 61 cents from 31. Kind of doubled in price. Yeah, that kind of move on these kinds of small cap tokens trading on Coinbase, yeah, you take your profits. You take your, look at that. How did you get into these two? I never heard of these. And there's like no volume of trading up until midnight last night on this thing. Wow. Hey, congrats to you for being in these two. Is XAI dead? Is that stupid token that was made to, I don't even know if it is XAI. Yeah. Well, it actually had a big run this week up to 6 cents, almost 7. Not dead. Yes, very certain, Con. Aesthetic says, I believe. Very certain. Went $18. I can't predict Doge out 5 years. Let's get through the rest of this year first, right? Hey, low roller, how are you? You asked me about Modern Investor the other day. A friend told you about those two? Wow. That friend gets a tip. Whoever that friend is gets a tip, and you take your profits because, man, those two, that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. What would you swing today? Well, I would sell those other tokens that went up 100%. That's for sure. Kyber Network? Yeah. I would just sell. I wouldn't even swing it. I would just sell it and book the profit on that thing. Swing those hips. I'm not swinging Bonk yet. And Doge is just kind of going sideways right now, 19.5 cents, as Bitcoin is just chopping around here. So not a lot of other opportunities. I mean, XLM looks like it ran yesterday, a little bit up more today, but for swing trading, not really. Nope, I have no idea where those Pokemon cards are, low roller. There's a number of other boxes downstairs, and I just haven't had time to go searching for Pokemon cards. I'll let you know when I find them. Blame Kriss for the red candles. It's just it's the gods sort of chastising me for buying Bonk. How dare you buy Bonk, Kriss? How dare you buy Bonk? Just for that, the rest of your portfolio is red. Oh, yeah, shoe partnerships for Doge. House of Doge has got to get on it. They got to get on it. Waiting. All right. I got to head for dinner, guys. Hey, we're chopping right now. I'll be watching Bonk tonight. I'm not swing trading it. So we'll see how that goes. That may end up turning into a little bit longer of a hold. We'll see. Dogecoin, 19.5 cents. So I'll be live again tomorrow, Sunday afternoon. Come in. We'll take a look at the week ahead. Again, I think Bitcoin will probably have an all-time high, a new one next week. We're going to talk about that tomorrow and what the impact is on Doge and other memes. So come join in tomorrow. Make sure that you're subscribed. You got your notifications on. Always give a like. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.